Before we jump into the mantra singing space together, I want to now pop over into the mechanics of the voice and just give you a few tips and tools that you can use today that are going to help your voice come out of you with a little bit more ease. When I talk about the voice, as I just said before, it's really made in you, through you. So I'm always saying you are your voice, and your voice is exactly who you are right now in this moment. When we look at the voice, I believe we need to look at these two components. The mechanics, how does it work? Just like a yoga asana, what am I paying attention to? My hands, my hips, my feet. And then on the other hand, this idea of the intention, the energy behind it. How do my thoughts impact my voice and my self-expression? How do my feelings and my beliefs impact my voice and my self-expression? And how do I want to use this understanding when we're looking at mantra chanting to empower my voice and empower my experience of the mantra? So popping again over to the mechanics. There are 4 things that we really need to think about when we're looking at the mechanics of the voice in order for the voice to flow out of us with ease. And this is a word that I'm going to repeat all of the time. We're looking for the way of ease. It shouldn't be about pressure. It shouldn't be about hard work. It should be about openness and ease and flow. Posture is the first thing that we really need to be aware of in order to support our voice to come out well. So if you could, just again, sitting perhaps on your mat or on a chair. If you're on a chair, that's totally fine. You can also stand if that feels good for you. So I really invite you to follow what you need in this moment. And that's going to change, of course, next time in every moment. And just grounding down through your seat. We want to check here that the hips are aligned. So not that one hip is above the other. This is often the case when we're standing. We tend to slouch, but I don't know, looks kind of cool, but it's not so good for our posture. So checking that the hips are aligned. And then bring your awareness to your pelvis. And if you could, especially if you're seated, trying to bring your pelvis into a relatively neutral position. Of course, listening to your body's unique physiology here. But by neutral, I mean checking that your bottom is not kipping backwards or tilting forwards. So the pelvis is pretty neutral. The hips are aligned. You can do a little shake here if it feels good. Just to kind of, I always think about a duck, just kind of like duck shaking my posture. Exactly this. I love it. I can see you wiggling with me. It's beautiful. So this is this idea of, okay, I'm earthed, I'm grounded, I'm connected. I feel open, stable, and strong. But now what are we doing with the rest of the body? Just like in a meditation posture, or if you're standing, it's just like in Tadasana, the mountain pose. You really want to align up vertebrae at a time, bring the awareness up. When we come to the chest, just check that your heart, that your chest is comfortably aligned over your pelvis. So sometimes, again, it's just through sitting in chairs for too long. Sometimes we have this whole slouch going on. Sometimes we're hanging forward. If you could, play a little bit here. It's really micro movements that we're looking for. So play a little bit here and see if you can bring your awareness in your body, in the trunk of your body, so that your heart is beautifully aligned over your pelvis. Pelvis is grounded, anchored down. Heart is aligned over pelvis. Then we rise up then with the awareness to the shoulders. We let the shoulders soften down, letting all this stress that we tend to accumulate here just soften down. And then become aware of your head. We want to check that the head, this one is really important. We want to check that the head is not pushing forward or back. I find that often for those of us who work in front of computers all day long, it tends to happen that the head is like a little bit forward. I catch myself doing this. It's like my head is in my computer. But this is not going to help our posture. So ideally, see if you can be aware of your jaw over your heart. Your heart is over your pelvis. And then just extending up through the crown above. This is really the posture that we're going for. Take just 2 breaths to find this for yourself. It should feel grounded, stable, and open. And now from this space, again with me, letting out 2 Oms. Breathing in for your Om. And again. Taking another 2 breaths to feel the echo of your voice, of Om in your being, in your energy. And perhaps you felt or experienced your Om slightly differently through having a grounded, stable, and open posture. What I would encourage you to do later, if you're curious, is try this in standing. So you can try it in sitting, in this beautiful posture we just found, but then also try it in standing and see which one feels more open for you. Just as a point of curiosity, connecting to your voice, exploring your own unique vocal energy. The second point of the mechanics that we need to be aware of is breath. So we spoke about posture. The second point being breath. Now our vocal cords work through air pressure. We're like a trumpet, we're like a saxophone. Our vocal cords work through air pressure. And if we're not breathing properly, if we're not breathing well, then what happens is this. So you hear that your voice is unable to sustain its tone. It might feel unstable, it might sound unstable, or it might feel like breathlessness. You might even experience, perhaps even when speaking, that you're running out of breath, and this can lead to panic. And this is not something that we want. Again, we want ease. We don't want pressure. We want to be grounded, stable, and open. And when we take an easy but deep breath in, really working with this beautiful yogic belly breath, then we support our vocal cords with the best air pressure possible. This is, of course, important for speaking, but it's especially important for singing and chanting. If you could, just place one of your hands, it doesn't matter which, once more on your low belly, below your navel. So my navel is here, and I've got my hand under my navel. I'm going to teach you a breath exercise. So when you breathe in, I want you to imagine that you're pushing this point away from your body. It's almost like as you breathe in, the energy of your breath comes all the way down and it expands this point away from your body, like you would have an air balloon under your hands. And when you breathe out, I want you to make the sound of sss, like a snake, and draw that point back in towards your body. So I'll show you. I'm going to breathe in, just have a look at me here. And I breathe out with sss. Perhaps you can see that movement. I breathe in, I push the point away from my body. And I breathe out with sss, drawing that point back in. Just do that for me 3 times with 3 breaths. Breathe in, push the point away. Breathe out, draw it back in, all the way back in towards your spine. In your own time, breathing in, pushing the point away. Breathing out, drawing it back in towards your spine. And let this be really soft, so it can be like the waves of the ocean. We want a flowing breath. It shouldn't feel stressed. One more time, breathing in, pushing the point away. Breathing out, drawing your belly back in. Great. And relax. This is an exercise that you can do if you want to really strengthen your voice for speaking and for singing. It's very important to develop a deep understanding of breath and having a belly breath that supports the air pressure that we need for the vocal cords. So I encourage you to practice this. It's also a wonderful exercise to practice, just like we have now, for a few rounds of breath before you would do any excessive speaking work or any mantra singing or chanting work. Okay, we're going to move on now to the third point of the mechanical voice, and they are your vocal cords. Your vocal cords, I wanted to say it to you in German. And they're sitting here in your throat. They look like a little V. They're connected at the front, separated at the back. And they're in the larynx like this. Now, when we breathe in, they open, the air comes through. When we breathe out, they close, and they start vibrating together super, super fast. And this is how all of the vibrations of your voice are made. All of the tones, however deep or high or in the middle, they're made in your vocal cords. What is most important for optimal voice work and for really freeing your voice is to get rid of any of the tension that is going on here. So I'm talking about above the heart. We want to imagine that this part of our body is like lying on the beach, somewhere super sunny, comfortable, having a beautiful drink in the sunshine. We can do two things for this today that are going to help create a little bit more space to make a little bit more room for ease for your voice. The first one is going to be for the shoulders. So if you're a person that tends to sit in front of a computer, we really need to soften the shoulders back and down and let go of any tension here in order to release any tension that might be impacting the vocal cords. Practice this one with me if you can. I'm going to mirror you, so turn your head to your right, letting your shoulders soften and relax. And very, very slowly make a half circle, letting your chin drop towards your chest as you do, making a half circle to the left. And then as you get left, very slowly coming back the whole way in the other direction. And just do this a few rounds for yourself, super slowly, really aware. Relaxing your jaw as you do. You may want to sigh out a few breaths here, engaging your voice. Sometimes it's really delicious to let out the tension through vocalization. 2 more rounds for yourself here. And then slowly bringing your head back to center. And just take a moment to feel. I find it's incredibly interesting to be present to an exercise after we've done it, and just to see what's happening in that part of my body, what's going on, to really value and honor our experience. So maybe you're feeling a little bit softer and open in your shoulders now. I want to move on here to the jaw, because I know so many people tend to grind their teeth or have jaw tension. And this is something that dramatically impacts our voice. So one wonderful exercise we can do is the following. I call it chewing like a big, beautiful cow. Okay, for this exercise, I want you to imagine that you are a big, beautiful cow. Maybe you're somewhere here with me in Germany in the mountains on a beautiful green pasture. And you have a delicious mouth full of hay. And the hay tastes like Swiss chocolate. It's just fantastic. Now, what you're going to do is open your mouth like a big yawn, and then bring your lips together like a really thick kiss. And you're just going to continue doing that. But as you do it, make sure you have the right posture that we've been working with. And you can make yummy, tasty sounds if you like pleasure sounds, because the chocolate hay tastes so good. So yummy. and then relaxing. And again, just take 2 breaths to feel, being aware of the cheeks, the jaw, the lips, the tongue, letting your tongue sit softly on the floor of the mouth, letting your teeth soften away from each other. So I hope that you feel a little bit more open here. And by doing this, we're really, again, just trying to release some of the tension that might be sitting in this part of our body that is putting tension on our vocal cords. Okay, we're going to move on to the 4th part of the mechanics for your voice. As a quick repetition, we did posture, breath, vocal cords, and especially tension. Now we're going to talk about resonance. Resonance is really what is happening to sound in space. So your vocal cords are making the vibrations for your voice. As I said, they're making every tone that you experience. But you have a choice then what to do with these vibrations. Most of us just talk from our throat. We sing from the throat, and it really feels like that because it gets so tense and under so much pressure. And all these muscles then squeeze the vocal cords that are sitting here. And then our voice feels strained, or it sounds strained. And we might experience things like burning, scratching, vocal loss, itchy, tightness here. These are all things that are unnecessary. So what we want to do instead of throwing the voice out from the throat, we want to instead become aware of the resonant space that is available to us in our head. So this is like a sounding board that we can bounce the energy of the voice off of, the vibrations that are coming from the vocal cords off of. I have a great exercise for you to practice this, and then we're going to jump into our mantras. So could you please once more find a very grounded, stable, and open posture. Doing a little duck wiggle, 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 yeah, if you need to. Letting your jaw soften. We just did these beautiful softening exercises for your shoulders and jaw. Placing one hand, doesn't matter which, softly on your crown. Taking a breath in, and as you breathe out, I want you to hold the sound of an M, like mother. But when you do it, let me just explain this. When you do it, imagine that you're making an Om. So the inside of your mouth is round, like an O, but the lips come together and the sound that you hear is like an M. This is really important for the exercise to work. Again, placing the hands up on the head, taking a soft but deep breath in and out with repeating this 3 or 4 times, so 3 or 4 breaths here. One more time. And relaxing, and again taking 1 to 2 breaths to just be present to your experience. So you may have felt vibrations in the skull through your hand, and that's actually what we're going for. This is a wonderful practice, a wonderful exercise that you can practice once more to activate your voice before speaking and of course before singing. If you couldn't feel any vibrations, check that your jaw is relaxed, check that you were doing this O inside of the mouth, and the next time you practice, do it with 50% less energy. Most of the time things don't work because we put too much pressure on the system, and that's really true for our voice and the exercises that we practice today.